In the vast and ancient lands of China, long before the ring of a coin was ever heard, silver existed. It was not money in the way we understand it today. Instead, it was a symbol of immense power, status, and wealth. This beautiful, gleaming metal was mined from the earth and crafted with great care. It was transformed into magnificent objects, ornate jewelry for the noble classes, intricate vessels for important ceremonies, and grand decorations for the palaces of emperors. Silver was a treasure, something to be held, admired, and passed down through generations. Its value was inherent, a silent testament to the prosperity of its owner, a rare and precious substance reserved for the very elite of society. The earliest dynasties, like the Shang and Zhou, saw silver primarily in this role. It was a store of wealth, but not a medium of exchange for everyday transactions. If a farmer needed to buy rice, or a craftsman needed to sell his wares, they would use other things. Cowrie shells, bolts of silk, and bronze tools were the common currencies of the people. These items had practical uses and agreed-upon values that made them suitable for trade. Silver was simply too valuable and too scarce for such mundane purposes. It was kept in secure treasuries, a glittering hoard that represented the might and stability of a kingdom or a powerful family, far removed from the bustling markets and daily lives of ordinary folk. This separation between treasure and currency is a crucial part of our story. While bronze was cast into rudimentary coins, some shaped like knives or spades, silver remained in its raw or crafted form. It was weighed, not counted. Its purity was tested, not guaranteed by a government stamp. The idea of creating small, uniform discs of silver with a fixed value had not yet taken hold. The metal was seen as a raw material of immense worth, much like a block of jade or a bar of gold. Its journey towards becoming the backbone of the Chinese economy would be a long and fascinating one, a slow evolution that would take many centuries to unfold. Even as empires rose and fell, this fundamental understanding of silver persisted for a very long time. It was a gift for emperors, a dowry for a noble wedding, or a bribe for a powerful official. Its role was deeply embedded in the high-level politics and social customs of the court, not in the commerce of the common person. The concept of using this precious metal for buying and selling everyday goods was still a distant idea. Before silver could become coin, it first had to become a standardized unit of account, a process that began to take shape as China entered a new and dynamic era of its history. The Tang dynasty was a golden age for China, a time of great cultural exchange and economic growth. As trade flourished along the famous Silk Road, a new need arose. Merchants trading valuable goods over long distances required a more convenient and high-value form of payment than heavy strings of bronze coins or bulky bolts of silk. It was during this vibrant period that silver began its transformation. It started to be cast into standardized shapes, known as ingots. These were not yet official government currency, but they were a crucial step. Private silversmiths would melt down silver and pour it into boat-shaped or oval molds, creating the first recognizable silver ingots. These early ingots were often called silver cakes, or silver biscuits. Their value was determined simply by their weight. A merchant would carry a small set of scales to weigh the silver during a transaction. If a payment required a smaller amount, a piece of the ingot would simply be cut off. This was a practical, if somewhat crude system. However, it represented a major shift. Silver was now moving out of the treasure chests of the elite and into the hands of traders and businessmen. It was becoming a vital tool for large-scale commerce, making it easier to conduct business across the vast and expanding empire. By the time of the Song dynasty that followed, this system became much more sophisticated and widespread, and the government began to play a more active role. It established official silver workshops, or silver yards, to produce ingots of a more reliable weight and purity. These ingots, now famously known as Yuanbao, were often stamped with the name of the workshop, the date, and the name of the tax official who oversaw their creation. This was a form of quality control. It gave people confidence that the silver they were receiving was genuine and of the correct weight, reducing the need for constant weighing and testing. The Yuanbao became central to the Song economy, especially for paying taxes and funding the state. The government demanded that major taxes, particularly on land and salt, be paid in silver. This policy created a constant and massive demand for these silver ingots, cementing their role as the primary form of high-value currency. While strings of bronze cash coins remained the currency of daily life for the common people, the Yuanbao was the currency of big business, government finance, and the wealthy. Silver had found its place as the heavyweight champion of the Chinese monetary world. The Ming Dynasty witnessed a truly profound economic revolution. This was the era when China, for the first time, formally adopted silver as the foundation of its entire monetary system. This change was not driven by a grand imperial decree at first, but by the people themselves. Years of government mismanagement of paper money had led to hyperinflation, making the paper notes virtually worthless. Frustrated and seeking stability, the public, from merchants to farmers, increasingly turned to the one thing they could trust: silver. They began using it for all significant transactions, and even for paying their taxes, regardless of official policy. This grassroots movement was so powerful that the government eventually had no choice but to accept reality. In the mid-15th century, the state officially reformed the tax system, consolidating many different levies into a single payment to be made in silver. This policy, known as the Single Whip Reform, was a landmark moment. It officially made silver the standard unit of account for the entire empire. From that point on, the wealth of the nation, the salaries of officials, and the value of goods were all measured in ounces, or liang, of silver. A new economic age had dawned, yet a curious paradox remained at the heart of this new silver-based economy. Even though silver was the standard, the Ming government did not mint any official silver coins. The circulation of currency continued to rely on a combination of privately made silver ingots of varying shapes and sizes, and the ever-present bronze cash coins for small, daily purchases. The system worked, but it was inefficient. Every time a large transaction took place, the silver had to be carefully weighed, and its purity, known as its fineness, had to be assessed. This process required special scales, expert knowledge, and often involved cutting ingots into smaller pieces. This lack of a national silver coinage created a vacuum in the market, an opportunity that would soon be filled by outsiders. The demand for silver in China was immense, and the country's own mines could not keep up. This hunger for silver would soon connect China to the wider world in an unprecedented way. The global flows of silver, particularly from the newly discovered mines in the Americas, would soon be drawn towards China as if by a powerful magnet. This influx of foreign silver would forever change the face of Chinese commerce, and set the stage for the arrival of the first silver coins to circulate widely on Chinese soil. As the Ming Dynasty's demand for silver grew, a new and powerful force emerged from across the oceans. Spain had discovered vast silver mines in the Americas, particularly in places like Potosi and modern-day Bolivia. They began minting this silver into large, high-quality coins. The most famous of these was the Spanish dollar, also known as the piece of 8. These coins were remarkably consistent in weight and purity, making them highly reliable. Spanish galleons laden with these silver treasures sailed across the Pacific to Manila in the Philippines, which became a major trading hub with China. Chinese merchants, with their silks, porcelains, and teas, eagerly traded their goods for these Spanish silver dollars. The coins began to pour into China's southern ports in enormous quantities. For the first time, a standardized, machine-struck silver coin was circulating widely within the country. The Chinese people quickly came to trust these foreign coins more than their own irregularly shaped and privately made ingots. The Spanish dollar was convenient. It had a known value, so it could be counted instead of weighed, which made trade much faster and easier for everyone involved. The coin became so popular that it was given a local name, Benyang, or pillar dollar, because of the two prominent pillars of Hercules depicted on its design. These pillars, wrapped in a banner, were a symbol of Spanish power, but in China, they became a simple mark of trust. Merchants and common people alike knew that a coin with the two pillars was good silver. It was used to pay for goods, settle debts, and even pay taxes in many coastal regions. The Spanish dollar had unofficially become a key part of China's currency system, filling the void left by the absence of a government-minted silver coin. This reliance on a foreign currency was a remarkable situation. An estimated 1/3 of all silver mined in the Americas during this period ended up in China, much of it in the form of these Spanish dollars. The Chinese economy, from the grandest trading houses in Canton to small village markets, became deeply connected to the global flow of Spanish-American silver. The pillar dollar dominated China's monetary landscape for over 2 centuries, a testament to its quality and the immense demand for a reliable form of silver currency. It set a precedent, proving that a standardized silver coin was exactly what the Chinese economy needed. As the 19th century unfolded, Spain's power began to wane. Its colonies in the Americas fought for and won their independence. One of these new nations was Mexico, which inherited the rich silver mines that had once supplied the Spanish Empire. Mexico quickly began to mint its own silver dollar, which was almost identical in weight and purity to the old Spanish dollar. This new coin featured a bold design of an eagle perched on a cactus with a snake in its beak, the national emblem of Mexico. This powerful image would soon become as famous in China as the Spanish pillars had been. The Mexican dollar, known in China as the yin-yang, or eagle dollar, began to arrive on Chinese shores in the 1850s. It quickly replaced the aging Spanish dollar as the most favored foreign silver coin in the country. The quality was excellent, the supply was plentiful, and its design was easily recognizable. Chinese merchants, bankers, and the general public embraced the eagle dollar with enthusiasm. It became the de facto currency for international trade and for large domestic transactions throughout the latter half of the Qing dynasty. Its reliability made it the standard against which all other silver was measured. The dominance of the Mexican dollar was so complete that local Chinese silversmiths began to produce imitations of it. Furthermore, to verify the authenticity of these coins, merchants known as schroffs became essential. These experts would examine each coin, and if it was deemed genuine, they would stamp it with a small mark, or chop mark. A coin that had been in circulation for a long time could be covered in dozens of these small chop marks from different merchants, each one a testament to its journey through the Chinese economy. These heavily chopped coins tell a story of trust, trade, and the immense flow of silver. The massive circulation of the Mexican dollar highlighted a significant weakness for the Qing government. The empire's economy was effectively running on the currency of a foreign nation. This was not only a loss of control, but also a matter of national pride. Officials grew increasingly concerned that China was dependent on the supply of silver from Mexico and vulnerable to fluctuations in its availability. The immense popularity of the eagle dollar served as a powerful and urgent wake-up call. It became clear that if China wanted to modernize and assert its sovereignty, it had to create a silver coin of its own. The pressure to create a modern domestic currency finally became too great for the Qing court to ignore. The success of foreign silver dollars had shown the way forward. In 1889, after years of debate and planning, a historic step was taken. The provincial mint in Guangdong, under the leadership of the influential Viceroy Zhang Zhidong, officially produced China's very first machine-struck silver coin. This coin was designed to compete directly with the popular foreign dollars. It had the same weight and silver content as the Mexican dollar, making it easy for people to accept and use in trade. The design of these new coins was a powerful statement of imperial authority and national identity. The front, or obverse, of the coin featured Chinese characters stating its value and the province where it was minted. The reverse side was dominated by a magnificent coiling dragon, the ultimate symbol of the emperor and of China itself. This iconic design quickly earned the coins their famous nickname, Dragon Dollars. The message was clear. China was no longer content to use the coins of other nations. It was now minting its own, backed by the power and majesty of the dragon. Following the success of the Guangdong Mint, other provinces soon received permission to open their own mints and produce their own versions of the dragon dollar. This led to a fascinating period where numerous provincial mints, from Hubei to Beiyang, issued coins with slight variations in their dragon designs. While this created some inconsistencies, it also rapidly increased the supply of domestic silver coins across the empire. The dragon dollars began to circulate alongside the Mexican dollars, slowly but surely gaining acceptance. The era of China's own modern silver coinage had truly begun. The introduction of the dragon dollar was more than just a monetary reform. It was a symbol of China's struggle to modernize and defend its sovereignty in a world dominated by Western powers. These coins represented a fusion of tradition and technology. The ancient symbol of the dragon was struck using modern steam-powered presses imported from the West. It was a tangible piece of the self-strengthening movement, an attempt to adopt Western technology while preserving Chinese culture. The dragon dollar was a proud announcement that the sleeping dragon of China was finally awakening to claim its place in the modern world. In 1912, the Qing dynasty collapsed, and the Republic of China was born. This momentous political change required a new currency to match. The imperial dragons of the old empire were no longer a suitable symbol for the new nation. The task of creating a unifying national coin fell to Yuan Shikai, a powerful military general who became the first official president of the Republic. In 1914, the central government authorized the minting of a new silver dollar that would standardize the currency across the entire country, replacing the various provincial dragon dollars. This new coin featured a portrait of Yuan Shikai himself on the obverse, in full military uniform. This was a significant break from tradition. Instead of an imperial dragon or an abstract symbol, the coin now bore the face of a living political leader. The reverse of the coin featured a wreath of grain, symbolizing the agricultural wealth of the nation. Due to the rather portly and well-fed depiction of the president in the portrait, the coin quickly earned a famous and affectionate nickname among the people, the Fat Man Dollar. This coin was minted in the hundreds of millions and became the most widely circulated Chinese silver coin in history. The Fat Man Dollar was an incredible success. Its consistent weight and high silver purity made it trusted throughout China, from the bustling cities of Shanghai and Beijing to the most remote rural villages. It successfully unified the country's chaotic currency system and became the backbone of the Chinese economy for nearly 2 decades. The coin was so popular and trusted that even after Yuan Shikai's brief and failed attempt to declare himself emperor, the mints continued to produce the coin with his image on it for many years after his death. The coin's economic utility had triumphed over its political origins. The story of the Fat Man Dollar represents a pivotal moment in China's monetary history. It was the peak of silver coinage in the country, a time when a single domestically produced silver coin dominated the economy. It circulated alongside another popular coin of the era, the junk dollar, which featured a traditional Chinese sailing ship. Together, these coins of the Republic era represent the final glorious chapter of silver as the primary currency of the Chinese people, before global economic forces would bring this long and storied history to a sudden and dramatic end. The 1930s brought immense economic turmoil to the world, and China was not immune. The Great Depression caused the price of silver to fluctuate wildly on international markets. This was a disaster for China, whose economy was based on the metal. In 1934, the United States passed the Silver Purchase Act, which led the U.S. government to buy up huge quantities of silver, driving the global price sky high. This caused a massive outflow of silver from China, as people found it more profitable to sell their silver coins and ingots abroad than to use them as money at home. This silver crisis created a severe currency shortage and deflation in China, strangling the economy. The nationalist government, led by the Kuomintang, realized that a currency system based on the fluctuating value of a precious metal was no longer sustainable in the modern world. A drastic change was needed to stabilize the economy and regain monetary control. In November 1935, the government enacted a sweeping currency reform. It officially abandoned the silver standard, a system that had been in place since the Ming Dynasty hundreds of years earlier. The new policy, known as the Fapi Reform, nationalized all silver. Private ownership of silver currency was outlawed. Citizens were required to turn in their silver dollars, like the Fat Man and junk dollars, to government-controlled banks in exchange for a new, state-issued paper currency called Fapi, or legal tender. This marked the definitive end of silver's role as circulating money in China. The beautiful silver coins that had been the lifeblood of the economy for decades were systematically withdrawn from circulation, melted down, and held as reserves to back the new paper money. The transition was not entirely smooth. The outbreak of the Second Sino-Japanese War in 1937 and the subsequent Chinese Civil War led to hyperinflation, which destroyed public faith in the Fapi banknotes. In the chaos, some people secretly hoarded their old silver dollars as a store of value. However, the official role of silver as currency was over. By the time the People's Republic of China was established in 1949, the country's monetary system had moved firmly into the age of fiat currency. The long and glittering journey of silver, from ancient treasure to the people's money, had finally come to an end. Today, silver no longer jingles in the pockets of the Chinese people as daily money. Its role as a circulating currency has been relegated to the pages of history. However, the story of Chinese silver is not over. The metal has been reborn in a new form, as a beautiful and highly sought-after object for collectors and investors around the world. The People's Bank of China, which once oversaw the removal of silver from circulation, now presides over the minting of exquisite silver coins designed specifically for the global bullion market. These coins are legal tender, but their value lies in their precious metal content and artistry, not their face value. The most famous of these modern creations is the Chinese silver panda. First issued in 1983, the Panda coin series quickly captured the hearts of collectors everywhere. What makes these coins so special is that the design of the adorable giant panda on the reverse side changes every single year. This clever feature encourages people to collect the entire series, with each coin acting as a small silver snapshot of a particular year. The obverse of the coin consistently features the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvest, from Beijing's Temple of Heaven, a link to China's rich cultural heritage. The silver panda is a masterpiece of modern minting technology, renowned for its detailed engraving and beautiful frosted finish. It represents the pinnacle of Chinese numismatic art. Alongside the panda, the China Mint also produces a wide array of other commemorative silver coins. These coins celebrate significant events, historical figures, cultural landmarks, and the animals of the Chinese zodiac. Each one is a small work of art, a way of telling China's story, both ancient and modern, through the medium of precious metal. They are a continuation of a tradition that stretches back thousands of years. And so, the journey of silver in China has come full circle. It began as a rare treasure, a symbol of wealth and status held by the few. It evolved into the backbone of an empire's economy, a trusted medium of exchange for hundreds of millions. And now, in our modern era, it has returned to its roots as a treasured object. The old dragon dollars and fat man dollars are now prized historical artifacts, while the new silver pandas are cherished for their beauty and intrinsic worth. Silver's long and shining path through Chinese history continues, a silent and brilliant witness to the rise and fall of dynasties and the enduring spirit of a nation.